And I get a call from my son Boogie, like, guess what? Cam just called me, sent me some money so I could go on an interview. Cam, this is a whole new level of low.
Round number 10 between Cameron and Dame Dash is getting pettier. Let's talk about it. This is Fresh Hiphop Opinion with your guy Oleezeh. Don't forget to subscribe. So yes, these old Harlem friends, well, Cam will call Dame his OG. I think there's about a 7-year age gap between them. But they're still beefing, still go back and forth. Cam's taking time off from Omar Gooden, exposing him, embarrassing him in a major league way. Although I do think they're going through some legal issues behind the scenes. And Cam has decided to target Dame again, this time going after Dame Dash's son Boogie. Apparently Cam sent Dame's son $2,500 to do an interview. Not the biggest amount of money, I would say, but I don't think the interview was a genuine offer that Cam expected Boogie to accept. Why do you ask? Maybe because Cam and Dame are not seeing eye to eye, and Dame's son would be very much aware of this if he has any internet at all. And of course Dame wasn't very happy once his son told him about this. I got the clip of Dame's reaction. Check it out.
I'm really sitting here shaking my head. You know, I'm sitting here healing. I got my tooth surgery. My eyes getting better. I got the file, get all that dead off my back paws. And I get a call from my son Boogie, like, guess what? Cam just called me, sent me some money so I could go on an interview. Cam, this is a whole new level of low. You know, it's just not proper conduct to bring children or my children or anyone's children in. And I know Larry made the call, but to try to divide a family and take advantage, manipulate my child, all because you're too scared to have a direct conversation with me about the things you said about me, it's just not the way it's just not the level. It kind of shows your pedigree of pettiness. And right now I think your pedigree for messing with over this, trying to with my family, I'm just disgusted and I'm not proud. And I think you should be ashamed of yourself. You, Larry, you have children, you have a family, and you are gonna use my kids or whatever trauma that you think they have, or separation and dividedness, I don't know why you would think that, to make whatever point. This is how you treat people you grew up with that helped you. This is how petty. I wouldn't suggest you did this with any enemy, any op. You know, in gangster, it's like you keep the kids and the family out of it. But again, you're too sensitive, Cam. This is not the way I would expect you to conduct your business. Try a little better, get a little neater. Every time you say something, I hear about it as you're saying it. It's never like a surprise. But my children, Boogie, you sent the man money. You think he's gonna jump off the bridge or jump off the bridge for $5,000? You sent him $2,500. You should be ashamed of yourself, man. Someone should talk to you. I know Mace, and I know the girl next to you. I know your crew can't be jacking that pause. I know they can't tell you, yo, that's dope with his family. That's crazy, bro. Come on, man. Go scour the internet and find something different, bro. You know, make it up or something, but don't do that. Peace, bro. Still love you.
Yeah, fam. I understand what Dame is talking about. Cam went a bit too far. He's saying that Cam, the reason why he's doing this, because again, Cam is too sensitive. His feelings were probably hurt with what Dame was saying about him when Dame was going in on him on American New Network. Really exposing Cam for being a bit of a bad friend, not doing things like a real Harlem person, and being too emotional. Saying that all his friends say it. But another thing Dame said is, gangsters always keep women and children out of their beef, out of their problems. And for Cam to send Dame's son $2,500 as some sort of chess move, like divide and conquer sort of tactic, it does show that Cam is going below the belt. hitting Dame where it hurts, really getting personal. Now don't get me wrong, Cam didn't diss Dame in an obvious way. He's just throwing the son a little money to have a little interview. But why even do that at this point when literally just a few days ago you both were going back and forth dissing each other? How did Cam and Dame get to this point? We've always seen Cam and Dame stick as thieves. Great relationship, throwing a few jabs at each other, but that's what they do in Harlem. But it seems like it's taken a real left turn. I genuinely do think Cam is a bit sensitive, and maybe some of the things that Dame was saying really cut deep, because Dame really went in, really pointing out things like saying Cam really wasn't very appreciative and loyal. Because you look at how Dame put Cam in Rockefeller, when Cam publicly has said he was in a bad deal with Epic. You look at Dame putting Cam in the movie Paid in Full, where everyone will say is an absolute hood classic, hip-hop classic, urban classic, however you want to put it. And that is Cam's most famous role he's ever been in. It's not like he's got anything that comes close to it. And then Dame said he introduced Cam to some of his television and movie people. One of them still works with Cam on one of his shows, It Is What It Is or Talk with Flea, if not both. But don't get me wrong, I'm not here just to bash Cam. I think Dame is equally as sensitive. He just doesn't do the wild stuff that Cam will do to get back at you. But Dame's been talking about Jay-Z for about 15 years. Let's just keep it real. I know the interviewers are asking him about Jay-Z, but at the same time you can still see that Dame doesn't shy away from talking about him. Although Dame hasn't really spoke about Jay-Z so much in recent times, but that's more because natural issues with like 50 Cent and others in the industry have popped up. But let's not forget Dame used to talk about Leo Cohen, Steve Stout, a whole bunch of people. So he knows how to play the game too. But guys, it's a shame. Cam and Dame shooting shots at each other is getting a bit personal. Cam now offering his son money to do an interview. And as much as Dame kind of responded very calmly, I think deep down it would have probably hurt him that Cam is doing that. But the way Dame's been speaking about Cam, accusing him of trying to support a narrative that Dame is all looking messed up and he needs money. We all know Dame's going through financial issues, but I think from Dame's point of view, the fact that Cam has said it a few times publicly makes him think that Cam really isn't the friend that he thought that he actually was. But that's just my opinion. I want to know yours. Get in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And for less than $3 a month, you can become a member of the channel. Exclusive content and the support will be very much appreciated. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.